I'm in Rubie Planson. Welcome to the show. How's the show been for you so far?
This weekend's actually been really good. I've really enjoyed it. The performances that have been on have been really entertaining, and overall it's been a really good atmosphere.
We were watching your performances, especially that with the sword and so forth, and you're only 16. For all that experience, I thought it must have taken a lot more years to get those skills.
Yeah, I've been training roughly about 9 years now. I started at the age of 7 and I'm 16 now.
So what style did you start in your martial arts? And I believe you're doing more than one style.
Yes, I started learning Korean Tangsido, which is traditional martial arts, and then I also started studying Kenjutsu, which is traditional sword. I roughly started learning about 2 years in Korean, and then I advanced into learning extreme martial arts.
Now, in the Korean arts, it's all about flexibility and training and kicking and so forth. Do you have any difficulty with that? And there's big demands on the kicking and so forth.
A lot of people don't actually know. I'm not naturally flexible, so they just assume that it comes naturally to me.
Yeah, because you look so agile on stage.
But it's been a long process of working my flexibility. My training schedule's so manic. I train roughly about 3 times a day, every day.
Wow.
I start at around 5 a.m. and then train for 2 hours, and then I go to college, come home, eat, rest, and then train again, and then eat dinner, and then train throughout the night until about probably 11 o'clock.
That's a big schedule for someone so young. How do you handle that?
To be honest, my family helps me a lot. They give me moral support and they help me just throughout it all. So.
Now, waving that sword around the way that you do you have to keep going over and over? How many times a day would you do that form when you're practicing for a demonstration like this?
Well, for this particular show, I've practiced roughly about 2 weeks. I've had to choreograph and change my music just so it's something special for the martial arts show live.
Okay. You've been doing some movie work schedules and some filming and so forth. Tell me about that.
I can't really give too much away, but I do a lot.
The agent said that you can. He said, look, ask her anything about those things.
Well, I do a lot of fight choreography, and I've done music videos and TV work. So hopefully films is the next thing for me.
Now, what we saw wasn't Tangsido, it was extreme martial arts. Tell me about how you integrated that move from the Korean arts into extreme martial arts.
Well, the school I was studying Korean in, they also taught extreme martial arts, but a lot of people don't actually know what it is. It's basically a mixture of many things, such as dance aspects in the way that the moves are so fluent, gymnastics in the way that you tumble and incorporate tricking, traditional martial arts in the way that there's kicks and there's punches, levels of flexibility, which you saw earlier, and even including weaponry in it.
Now, you'd have to do, say, gymnastics separately. You'd have to train your weapons separately. Do you need to put those together? Is this a strong point on the agility in the acrobatic side of things?
Well, I mainly focus on my weaponry and flexibility, but along with that, I have to train in gymnastics also, which helps with a lot of core stability and back flexibility. So that adds to new moves that I learn.
Well, Rubie, where to from here? What's next for Rubie in the martial arts world?
Well, I'm actually really busy flying to and from Paris. I'm performing out there. I don't know, the only way I can describe it is it's a theatre martial arts show.
Oh, cool.
So I'm flying to and from there. So I'm really busy with that currently, choreographing and rehearsing for that.
I thought you were just flying over there for the croissants and things like that. No, he's doing a bit of work over there too.
Yes. I've been really busy recently with numerous projects I've been working on, photo shoots and things like that, so hopefully I just stay busy.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. They look very popular and the crowds loved you here. I want to see more. You did quite a few performances today, didn't you? And so what's next? Now, you use the sword a lot. Do you use other weapons? That Extreme is really renowned for lots of different weapons, the kama, the bow, stick and so forth, and naturally the sword. Do you prefer any other weapons?
I used to study also in bow staff, but I prefer the sword just because it's always been kind of something that's taken my eye. But I also train in bow staff as well.
Now, you're not teaching, you're just performing and training for yourself. But do you think eventually you would like to be able to share that knowledge and open up a school to share it?
Yes, well, in the future I'm looking to open up a school. On my fan page, a lot of my fans have been really supportive towards me and they've helped me through. They say that I motivate them, but they motivate me more
Yeah.
and push me to raise the barrier each time. So I would like to say thank you for all their support that they give me.
Fantastic. Now, for anybody wanting to start martial arts or maybe following a similar pathway to you, have you got any advice you could give them?
I would say always start off learning a traditional style, because it gives you that respect for martial arts in general, and it also gives you good structure, learning the correct techniques, and then from there adapt and evolve into further things.
Great. Okay, once again, thank you, Rubie, for being on the show. And right now we're waiting for Punjabi style of martial arts, fascinating tribal combat from a military background. Looking forward to that. 10,000 years of history. Okay. Thank you.
Well done. Watch me on Kapow TV. Boom.